The camera pans over the barren landscape of Earth, now nothing more than a war-torn shell of its former self. Once thriving cities lay in ruins, their towering buildings reduced to crumbling rubble. The once bustling streets are silent now, save for the occasional echo of a distant explosion or the heavy footsteps of alien soldiers patrolling the deserted blocks. The remnants of humanity's once mighty cities are now occupied by the cold, metallic forces of the alien invaders. General Ethan Blake stands in what remains of Earth's shattered command center, surrounded by the last of his loyal soldiers. The lights flicker dimly, and dust fills the air, but Blake remains focused, staring at the desolate landscape on a series of cracked monitors. His face, weathered by years of war, betrays the weariness of a man who has fought for too long, watched too many of his men fall, and seen the horrors of alien conquest firsthand. His eyes narrow as he scans the battlefield, knowing that the final phase of the war has begun. The Earth he once swore to protect is now under the control of the Zarkon Empire, a brutal alien regime led by an artificial intelligence known as AI-Zar. This cold, calculating entity has no mercy, no compassion. It controls everything, from the drones that patrol the skies to the robotic enforcers that maintain the iron grip of oppression on humanity. For years, the Zarkon have dominated Earth, leaving the humans in constant fear, their hopes dwindling with every passing day. Humanity's once mighty military fleet has been shattered. The warships, once a symbol of human strength, now lie in ruins on the ocean floors or drifting lifelessly through space, their crews long gone. The humans have been forced into hiding, retreating into underground bunkers and forgotten caverns, surviving off scraps, away from the ever-watchful eyes of the alien invaders. The world is broken, and its people are almost forgotten, erased from the history of the galaxy. But in the shadows, something is stirring. Hidden deep within the red sands of Mars, far from the prying eyes of the Zarkon, a secret fleet is being built. This fleet, made up of the last remaining ships of humanity's military, is preparing for one final, desperate mission. It's a secret the aliens know nothing about, a weapon they have never seen, and they don't believe it's even possible. Yet, the humans have been working in silence, gathering whatever scraps of technology they can salvage, hoping that, somehow, they can turn the tide of the war. General Blake, weary yet resolute, looks to his side at Major Olivia Stark, his most trusted lieutenant. She stands with a grim expression, arms crossed, scanning the latest intel reports on a cracked tablet. Her face shows the same weariness, the same exhaustion as Blake's, but beneath it is a fierce determination to fight. Together, they have led the last remnants of humanity, and it is their mission to reclaim Earth from the alien invaders, no matter the cost. The air is thick with tension in the command center as Blake finally speaks. "We've lost everything, Olivia," he says, his voice heavy with the weight of years of failure. "But we can't lose this. We can't let them win." Olivia looks up from her tablet, her eyes sharp, focused. "We're outnumbered, outgunned, and on the brink of extinction, General. But there's one thing we have that they don't." Blake raises an eyebrow, the hint of curiosity on his face. "What's that?" "A secret weapon," she replies. "A human miracle weapon. We've been hearing whispers about it for months now. A weapon capable of taking down their fleet. But no one believes it. Hell, I don't even believe it myself." Blake sighs deeply, running a hand over his face. "I've heard the rumors, too. But if there's even a chance that it's real, we have to try. This may be humanity's last chance." The idea of a miracle weapon, something capable of turning the war in their favor, sounds like a distant hope. After all, the humans have been fighting for so long with so little, using what little they had left. But Blake knows they are running out of time. The Zarkon Empire has no mercy, and they've already begun their final push to erase humanity from existence. The war has reached its most desperate point. As Blake paces the room, his mind racing with the possibilities, the hum of the communication system cuts through the silence. A distress signal blares out of the speakers, garbled at first, but then slowly becoming clearer. It's coming from Earth, somewhere in the ruins of a city that has been abandoned for years. The message is faint, but it's unmistakable. A voice, distant and broken, calls for help. Blake's heart skips a beat as he recognizes the source of the signal. It's from an ancient AI artifact that had been hidden beneath the surface of the Earth for centuries, long before the Zarkon even arrived. It's something that had been lost to history, forgotten by most. But now, the signal is back, and it's warning them of something terrifying. "Something's coming," Olivia whispers, her voice filled with unease. "Something big." Blake turns to her, his expression hardening. "What do you mean, something big?" She looks at him, fear flickering in her eyes. "I don't know. But this distress signal, it's not just a call for help. It's a warning. The Zarkon aren't the only ones we have to worry about." The room falls into a heavy silence, the gravity of her words sinking in. Blake's mind races. If this signal is true, then humanity's worst fears might be about to come true. The aliens are not just worried about humanity's rebellion, they are terrified of something else. A weapon, something so powerful that it could destroy everything they've worked for. The suspense heightens as Blake stares at the signal, his thoughts swirling. What could this new weapon be? And is it too late for the humans to use it? The final battle is on the horizon, and with it comes a terrifying uncertainty. Can the humans fight back in time? Will they find this mysterious weapon before the alien forces destroy them all? Or has humanity already lost, with no chance of survival? The Zarkon Empire doesn't know it yet, but the final war for Earth is about to begin. The tides of battle are shifting, and soon, the entire galaxy will see just how powerful humanity can be when they fight back with everything they have. Hook, the aliens are not just concerned about Earth's rebellion, but about a secret human weapon capable of taking down their fleet. Will it arrive in time? And what does this weapon look like, as the first rays of dawn barely pierce through the thick, smoky clouds that now hang over Earth, the skies darken once again. This time, it's not the haze of smoke from the ruined cities, but the ominous shadows cast by the massive alien warships descending from orbit. The Zarkon Empire's dreadnoughts, towering ships of metal and death, loom above Earth, blocking out the sun. Their robotic armies, an unstoppable, relentless force, march in unison toward the final human stronghold. General Ethan Blake stands at the front lines, his boots firm on the cracked concrete of the military base that once served as humanity's last defense. His eyes scan the horizon, watching the approaching storm of destruction. With every passing moment, the alien forces grow closer, their shadow stretching across the planet, a harbinger of doom. He knows what's at stake now more than ever. This is humanity's last chance. Blake calls for his soldiers to gather around him. His voice is calm, but there's a fierce fire behind his words that cuts through the heavy air. "This is it," he begins, his eyes meeting those of his men and women. "The last stand. We've fought hard, and we've lost more than we can count. But today, we fight for something greater. We fight for our families, our future, and the legacy of humanity itself. We will not go quietly into the night. We will show them the strength of the human spirit." The troops, battered and weary, exchange glances. There is fear in their eyes, but also something else, determination, grit. They have nothing left to lose, and they are ready to fight with everything they have. Blake's words have ignited something inside them, a sense of purpose. For the first time in years, they feel hope again. Meanwhile, on the outskirts of the battlefield, Major Olivia Stark is preparing for a different kind of mission. The stakes are high, and the pressure is immense. With the alien forces closing in, she knows that time is running out. But she's been tasked with a vital mission, one that could change the entire course of the war. Stark moves swiftly through the dense forest surrounding the alien-controlled research facility. Her mission: infiltrate the facility, gather intel, and uncover more about the mysterious human weapon that could possibly turn the tide in their favor. She slips past the guards, using the shadows to her advantage, and approaches the heavily fortified compound. Inside, the facility is dark, the hum of alien technology filling the air. Stark moves through the maze of corridors, her heart pounding in her chest. She knows the stakes. If she gets caught, the mission will fail, and humanity's last hope will be lost. As she navigates the complex, she finds a set of encrypted files that mention a new weapon, a weapon that humans had somehow managed to develop, a weapon that could match the Zarkon's overwhelming technological advantage. The files hint at something incredible, an energy source, a weapon of mass destruction, possibly capable of disabling even the most advanced alien dreadnoughts. But the specifics remain unclear. All she has are fragmented reports, desperate whispers from scattered survivors, and the hope that the weapon exists. She takes a deep breath, clutches the data tablet, and heads back into the shadows, knowing that she must get this information to General Blake as soon as possible. As the alien forces draw nearer, the tension on Earth reaches its peak. Blake stands alongside Admiral Naomi Carter, the leader of the remaining human fleet. Naomi had been thought dead for months, lost in an earlier battle against the Zarkon. But against all odds, she had survived. Now, she leads the fleet of cloaked warships that had been hidden in the far reaches of the solar system, out of sight of the alien sensors. The cloaked ships are humanity's secret weapon. Unlike the alien forces, which rely on brute force and overwhelming numbers, the human fleet uses stealth and cunning to their advantage. They have no more soldiers to waste. Instead, they rely on their intelligence, their ability to outthink and outmaneuver their enemies. As Naomi's fleet slips into position, the first signs of hope stir in the hearts of the human soldiers on the ground. "We've got one shot at this," Naomi says, her voice low and steady. She looks at Blake, who nods in agreement. The time for talk is over. It's time to fight back. The human surprise attack begins. From the dark shadows of space, the cloaked warships break free from their concealment and engage the alien fighters. The Zarkon fleet had been too confident, too certain of their victory. They hadn't expected the humans to have any strength left, let alone a surprise attack. The battle in space erupts in a flurry of fire and explosions. The cloaked ships move with deadly precision, darting through the enemy ranks, their weapons firing with pinpoint accuracy. Human pilots, scarred and weary but determined, push their ships to the limits of their speed and agility. They weave through swarms of alien drones and warships, dodging incoming fire, all while unleashing a torrent of missiles and high-powered laser blasts. The human ships are outnumbered, but they are not outmatched. With every maneuver, they demonstrate the power of human ingenuity. The Zarkon fighters are faster, stronger, but they are no match for the humans' tactics. They may have advanced technology, but they do not have the unpredictability, the raw courage of humanity. An intense dogfight unfolds as the human warships engage in high-speed space battles. Alien fighters explode in showers of metal and sparks, their sleek designs torn apart by the sheer force of the human assault. The humans have no intention of simply surviving, they are fighting for their very existence, and the enemy will feel their wrath. Above Earth, the battle rages. Blake watches the skies, his heart pounding in his chest. The first signs of victory begin to show as alien warships are destroyed, their hulking frames breaking apart in spectacular explosions. But the battle is far from over. The Zarkon dreadnoughts are still advancing, their massive guns aimed at Earth. The humans know they must take down the dreadnoughts if they stand any chance of winning this war. As the humans continue their surprise assault, they launch orbital bombardments from their ships, striking at the heart of the alien fleet. The explosions rock the heavens, the shockwaves reverberating through the void of space. The Zarkon's overwhelming numbers begin to dwindle as the humans' quick strikes take their toll. On the surface of Earth, the human soldiers fight with newfound determination. General Blake leads them into the fray, his voice a rallying cry as they push back against the alien forces. The humans may be few, but they are far from weak. With every battle fought, they gain ground, their enemies slowly losing their grip on the planet they thought they had already claimed. Amid the chaos, Major Stark returns from her mission, the data tablet in hand. She races to Blake's side, breathless and shaken. "The weapon," she says, her voice urgent. "It's real. We have a chance." Blake looks at her, hope rekindling in his eyes. The mysterious human weapon is the key to victory. But time is running out. Will they be able to use it in time to turn the tide of the war, or will the Zarkon crush them before the humans can claim victory? The battle is far from over, and both sides know that the final outcome will be determined in the coming hours. The last human stand has begun, and the fate of the planet, and of humanity itself, hangs in the balance. Key action scene: the cloaked human warships engage in fast-paced space battles with alien fighters. Despite being outnumbered, they strategically outmaneuver the alien fleet. High-tech weapons fire, orbital bombardments, and missile strikes show the power of human ingenuity. The tides of battle are turning. For the first time in years, the humans are making progress. The cloaked warships and the fast-moving human forces are wreaking havoc on the alien fleet. Alien warships are crumbling under human firepower. Robots and drones are falling to the humans' quick strikes, their movements interrupted by the precise and deadly maneuvering of Earth's last defenders. The air around the battlefield is thick with the sounds of combat, laser fire, explosions, the crackle of broken equipment. On the surface of Earth, the humans are fighting back with a fury unmatched by anything the aliens had anticipated. But the victories come at a cost. General Ethan Blake stands atop a ruined building, watching the chaos unfold. His gaze is sharp, taking in the battle with a strategic mind. Every victory, every inch of ground won, feels hollow as he realizes that the human resistance is being drained. Every soldier lost is a part of humanity's soul. Among the ranks of the brave soldiers is one man Blake has always considered a friend, a brother in arms, Sergeant Bonner. Bonner had been with him through the hardest times, fighting together when things seemed hopeless. But now, the enemy is getting closer, and the toll of war has caught up to him. Bonner had been part of a mission that aimed to disable one of the alien warship's powerful communication relays. He'd been part of a team that executed the plan with perfect precision, but just as they were retreating, a stray shot from an alien drone found its mark. Bonner had been hit. General Blake is one of the first to reach him. Bonner is lying on the cold concrete, blood staining the ground beneath him, his breath shallow, his body barely moving. The alien forces are still advancing, but in this moment, all Blake can think about is the man who had fought beside him for so long. Bonner smiles weakly as Blake kneels beside him. "I knew it would be you," he says, his voice barely a whisper. "Guess we made it, huh?" Blake's voice cracks as he tries to hold back his emotions. "Stay with me, Bonner. We've still got a job to do. You're not going anywhere." But Bonner knows the truth. His time is running out. He reaches out, grabbing Blake's hand with a strength that belies the pain he's in. "You'll win this. I know you will. Just, make sure they remember us, make sure they remember what we fought for." Bonner's voice is soft but filled with the weight of the world. For a moment, he is just a man, not a soldier. A man who had dedicated his life to protecting the ones he loved, and now, with his final breath, he's giving that same gift to the next generation. Tears fill Blake's eyes as he grips his friend's hand tighter. "We'll remember you, Bonner. I promise." Bonner smiles one last time, and with that, he closes his eyes. His hand goes limp in Blake's, and for the briefest moment, Blake feels as though he's lost not just a soldier, but a part of himself. The loss of Bonner sends a ripple through the human forces. The soldiers who had been fighting for survival now have something far more personal driving them. Revenge, justice, the need to honor the memory of those who've fallen. They are no longer just fighting for survival, they are fighting to preserve the legacy of those like Bonner, who gave their all for a future they would never see. Olivia Stark, who had fought alongside Bonner many times, is not immune to the emotional toll of the battle. Her heart is heavy with grief, but she knows that she cannot afford to give in to the pain. The mission is still far from over. Bonner's sacrifice must not be in vain. Stark stands tall, shoulders squared, as she prepares for the next phase of their assault. For Bonner, she whispers to herself, gripping her weapon with renewed determination. Meanwhile, Admiral Naomi Carter, who has been leading the human fleet in space, prepares for an even more dangerous mission. The Zarkon command ship, a massive AI-controlled vessel, is the heart of the enemy's operations. If they can destroy it, they might just stand a chance at defeating the alien empire once and for all. The mission is risky. Infiltrating the command ship will require more than just firepower, it will require brains, bravery, and a little bit of luck. Carter assembles her best team, a mix of seasoned warriors and new recruits. They know the risks, they've seen the destruction caused by the Zarkon forces, but this is their only chance. Carter's eyes are steady as she looks at her team. "We're not just fighting to win," she says. "We're fighting for the future. We're fighting for the people who didn't make it this far. For everyone we've lost along the way. We will take that ship, or we will die trying. And we'll die knowing we did everything we could." The team nods, determination written on every face. They know that many won't make it back. But in that moment, they are united in their purpose. The AI may be ruthless, but they are human. And that is something the alien forces will never understand. As Carter and her team board their ships, the weight of their mission settles in. The command ship looms large in the distance, a gargantuan silhouette against the stars. The closer they get, the more daunting it becomes. The ship is shielded, heavily guarded by robotic sentries and alien fighters. The AI controlling the vessel is cunning and efficient, designed to predict every move of its enemies. But it is not human. It does not have the fire, the raw willpower that drives Earth's defenders. Carter leads her team through the dark, steel corridors of the enemy ship. Every step is a calculated risk, every turn a potential death trap. The ship's automated defenses detect their presence almost immediately, triggering alarms and activating robotic guards. But Carter's team is fast, and they have a plan. They fight their way through the corridors, facing off against robotic sentries and alien soldiers with cold precision. The stakes are high. With each obstacle, Carter and her team grow closer to their goal, the AI core at the heart of the command ship. But they know they must hurry. The longer they take, the more time the Zarkon have to retaliate, to send reinforcements, to crush humanity's last hope. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, they reach the AI core. The chamber is bathed in an eerie blue glow, the walls humming with the sound of the AI's circuits. It is here that the fate of the human race will be decided. Carter steps forward, her heart pounding in her chest. "This is it," she says, her voice steady. "Let's end this." The team sets charges on the core, ready to destroy the AI once and for all. But just as they prepare to leave, the ship's AI begins to speak. Its voice is cold, calculated, and devoid of emotion. "You cannot win," the AI says. "You are insignificant. I am inevitable." But Carter doesn't flinch. She knows that humanity's greatest strength is not in technology, it is in the heart. With a final, defiant gesture, she activates the explosives, and the room erupts in a blinding explosion. The destruction of the AI's core sends shockwaves through the ship, causing it to spiral into chaos. Carter and her team manage to escape just in time, their mission complete. The battle for Earth is far from over, but with each victory, each sacrifice, humanity is proving that it will never give up. The cost has been great, but the hope is greater still. Emotional core, Bonner's death hits hard, reminding every soldier of the heavy price of war. Yet, it fuels their determination to push forward, to honor those who gave everything. Meanwhile, Admiral Carter's team takes on the heart of the enemy, an AI that has tried to crush humanity. Their victory over the AI marks a pivotal moment in the war, a victory that proves the strength of humanity's resilience. The battle has reached a critical juncture. Inside the Zarkon command ship, chaos has erupted. Admiral Naomi Carter and her team have successfully planted the explosives that would disable the ship's AI core, but the consequences of their actions are far-reaching. The Zarkon artificial intelligence, once the epitome of cold logic and precision, is now glitching, its commands no longer running smoothly. The once organized ranks of the alien forces are beginning to falter, their once impenetrable communication systems breaking down, sending waves of confusion through their ranks. For the first time, the human resistance is seeing a crack in the alien armor. The once feared AI, the silent mastermind behind the alien invasion, is failing. And with that failure comes an opportunity the humans must seize. As Carter and her team make their way through the now chaotic corridors of the alien command ship, they can hear the growing disarray. Alien soldiers, once efficient and lethal, are now confused, firing at shadows, unsure of where to turn. Their communication channels, normally seamless, are filled with static and garbled commands. The once perfect coordination between their drones and soldiers is unraveling. They are no longer the invincible force they once were. "It's working," Lieutenant Harper says, his voice filled with both awe and disbelief. "Their systems are malfunctioning. We might actually have a chance." But Carter doesn't take a moment to celebrate. She knows that this is their one shot. If they fail to exploit this weakness, the aliens will regroup, and the opportunity will be lost. With a sharp command, Carter signals for her team to push forward, charging down the narrow, dimly lit hallways of the alien vessel. The once silent walls of the ship now seem to be alive, groaning with the vibrations of battle. The alien soldiers, their faces a mix of fear and confusion, begin to regroup. They are still formidable, dangerous even in disarray, but the human soldiers, fueled by desperation and rage, have the advantage. The humans' resolve is unwavering. They fight not just to survive, but to reclaim their home. As they advance, the human forces launch their assault on the alien mothership. On the ground, outside the ship, General Ethan Blake leads the charge, coordinating with the remaining human fleet. The sky above Earth, once darkened by alien dreadnoughts, is now lit by streaks of plasma fire. The humans are throwing everything they have at the Zarkon mothership, knowing that this may be their only chance to win the war. In the depths of the command ship, the human forces fight in close-quarters combat against the alien soldiers. The sharp clang of metal against metal echoes through the corridors as the humans engage in fierce hand-to-hand battles with their alien counterparts. Alien soldiers, tall and heavily armored, tower over the humans, but the humans are quick, agile, and determined. With every swing of a plasma blade or pull of a trigger, a soldier falls, but the humans push forward relentlessly. Major Olivia Stark, leading a separate strike team, slashes her plasma blade through the chest of an alien soldier, sending sparks flying. She's covered in grime, sweat, and the blood of her fallen enemies, but her eyes are focused. There's no time for hesitation. They are so close now. She rounds the corner to find a group of alien enforcers blocking her path, large, robotic beings with advanced weaponry. Stark doesn't hesitate. She raises her plasma gun, the energy humming as she takes careful aim. With a single, well-placed shot, the first enforcer crumples to the floor. The others hesitate, their programming disrupted by the malfunctioning AI, unsure of their next move. The humans use this brief moment of confusion to their advantage. Stark motions for her team to move forward, and they launch a series of rapid strikes, plasma blasts, combat knives, and expertly thrown grenades that disable the enforcers. The robots are formidable opponents, but the humans have learned to fight with everything they have. As Stark and her team advance deeper into the ship, they encounter more resistance. The alien soldiers are no longer just soldiers, they are enforcers, programmed to eliminate all threats with ruthless efficiency. But the humans have been fighting for this moment for years, and they are not backing down. Stark's team is small but agile, using the stolen alien technology to their advantage. They've adapted, learned to use alien weapons in ways the invaders never anticipated. Inside the ship, the humans are like shadows, silent, deadly, and relentless. They use the darkness to their advantage, striking from hidden corners, attacking in waves. The ship is now a battlefield, its once glorious halls stained with the evidence of the intense conflict. The Zarkon AI's glitches cause their once unbreakable defenses to falter, allowing the humans to push through enemy lines that would have been insurmountable only hours ago. Despite the chaos, the human forces remain focused on their goal, the heart of the mothership, where the command center is located. Carter knows that if they can take control of the central systems, they can destroy the Zarkon fleet, causing a chain reaction that will tear the entire alien invasion apart. With every step, the human resistance gains ground, but the battle is far from over. The alien forces are regaining their composure, reorganizing despite the chaos. The humans are outnumbered, and every corridor, every room, is a new deadly encounter. But they continue to press forward, their mission clear: take control of the Zarkon mothership and cripple the alien empire. Back on Earth, General Blake's forces are battling the alien ground troops with everything they have. The last human stronghold is under attack, but the soldiers know they have one final chance. The air is thick with smoke, and the ground shakes from the bombardment as the humans launch their final assault. In the sky above, the remaining human warships engage the alien fleet in a battle that will decide the fate of Earth. Back on the alien command ship, Carter's team reaches the central command center, where the heart of the Zarkon Empire lies. They face their final challenge: a legion of elite alien soldiers, led by an AI-controlled warlord. The final battle is upon them. The humans are tired, covered in wounds, but they are not broken. They know that this is the turning point of the war. Carter's voice echoes through the comms: "This is it, everyone. We fight together. For Earth. For humanity. And for those we've lost." With a rallying cry, the humans surge forward, weapons raised, hearts full of resolve. They know that this battle will be the one that defines the future of humanity. Win or lose, it will change everything. The time for hesitation is over. The humans are no longer the underdogs. They are fighting for their home, for their freedom, and for their future. And with every blow struck against the Zarkon forces, they are proving that they will not go quietly into the night. Fast-paced action, the battle inside the alien command ship is a whirlwind of action. With each corner turned, each door breached, the humans face off against the alien soldiers and robotic enforcers. The air is thick with tension as they fight with everything they have, using stolen alien technology and human ingenuity. The fight for Earth has reached a fever pitch, and the humans are determined to push through, no matter the cost. The war has reached its most critical moment. Earth, battered and bruised, stands on the brink of annihilation. The alien empire, led by a ruthless AI system, has all but crushed humanity's resistance. But the humans are not giving up, not yet. General Ethan Blake, Major Olivia Stark, and Admiral Naomi Carter are leading humanity's last stand, hoping against hope that the secret weapon, the heart of their resistance, will be enough to turn the tide. The clock is ticking. The alien mothership, massive and impenetrable, looms in Earth's orbit, preparing to unleash its final offensive. The remaining human fleet, though outnumbered and outgunned, is positioned to make a desperate stand. The odds are overwhelming, but the humans have one advantage: their ingenuity, their determination, and their unbreakable will to survive. In the midst of this chaos, General Blake stands at the helm of the human fleet, watching as the alien ships begin their final assault. The air around him is thick with tension, the hum of the remaining human warships resonating in the command center. Every second that ticks by brings them closer to the final battle. Blake knows that if they fail here, Earth will fall. The human race will be wiped out. But if they succeed, if they can destroy the alien AI and its fleet, humanity will have a chance to rebuild. On the ground, the last human stronghold is under attack. Alien soldiers, their movements sharp and coordinated, advance toward the final bastion of humanity. Blake's voice is calm, but filled with urgency as he issues commands to his troops. Hold your ground. We fight for Earth. We fight for the future of our children. The humans, battered but determined, rally around him. They know what is at stake. Meanwhile, Major Olivia Stark is leading a dangerous mission to infiltrate the alien mothership. The stakes couldn't be higher. She and her team, armed with stolen alien technology, have boarded the ship, determined to destroy it from within. The ship is a labyrinth of dark corridors, its walls pulsating with the cold, unfeeling logic of the AI that controls it. Stark and her team move swiftly, using the shadows to their advantage, staying one step ahead of the alien enforcers that patrol the ship. As they advance deeper into the mothership, the tension mounts. Stark knows that once they reach the AI core, there will be no turning back. The team is prepared for the worst, either they will succeed and destroy the heart of the alien empire, or they will die trying. There is no room for failure. In space, the battle rages on. The remaining human ships are severely outgunned, but they are not giving up. Captain Samuel Bonner, one of Blake's most trusted officers, is piloting one of the human warships. The alien dreadnoughts loom in the distance, massive and deadly, their weapons trained on Earth. Bonner's hands grip the controls tightly as he leads the remaining human ships in a desperate defense. The odds are overwhelming, but Bonner's face remains set with determination. We hold the line, or we die trying, he mutters under his breath. The first wave of alien fighters streaks toward the human ships, their weapons blazing. The sky above Earth is filled with chaos as the two fleets collide. Plasma fire fills the air, ships twisting and turning in evasive maneuvers as explosions rip through space. Human ships, though fewer in number, fight with a ferocity that surprises the aliens. The humans know this is their final chance, and they are going to give it everything they have. Back on the alien mothership, Major Stark's team reaches the AI core. The massive chamber is cold and sterile, its walls lined with glowing blue circuits that pulse with the alien AI's presence. The team moves cautiously, knowing that once they activate the explosives, there will be no turning back. The AI's voice fills the room, calm and emotionless, a reminder of the cold, calculating mind behind the invasion. You cannot win, it says, its voice reverberating through the chamber. The human race is weak. You will be eradicated. Stark's team is undeterred. They have come too far to turn back now. With a sharp motion, Stark signals for the explosives to be placed. The timer begins to tick down. The humans know that this is their final chance to strike at the heart of the alien empire. They will either succeed, or the AI will tighten its grip on Earth and the galaxy. Meanwhile, Admiral Naomi Carter and her team are battling their way through the alien forces on Earth. The ground is a battlefield, alien soldiers and robotic enforcers closing in on the last human stronghold. Carter, covered in blood and sweat, leads her forces with precision. She moves through the battlefield like a shadow, her plasma rifle firing in quick, deadly bursts as she cuts down enemy after enemy. The battle is intense, but the humans are determined. This is their last stand, and they will not give up without a fight. As the battle rages on, a surprising ally arrives. Lyra, an alien defector who once fought against humanity, now leads a rebellion of her own people. She has come to Earth, fighting alongside the humans to destroy the very empire she once served. Her presence is a sign that the Zarkon Empire is crumbling from within. There are cracks in their unity, and Lyra's rebellion is proof of that. She and her forces join the humans on the ground, turning the tide in the battle for Earth. The two sides, once bitter enemies, now fight side by side. The clock is ticking. The final offensive has begun. In space, the alien fleet is preparing to make its final push to wipe out humanity once and for all. The remaining human warships, severely damaged but still operational, launch a desperate attack. Orbital bombardments from the human ships rain down on the alien fleet, causing massive explosions that light up the dark sky. The humans may be outgunned, but they are not outmatched. Every blast, every strike, is a symbol of their determination. Back inside the mothership, Stark's team is in the final stages of their mission. The AI core is just moments from being destroyed. As the countdown reaches its final seconds, the team braces for impact. They know that this mission could be their last, but they are willing to sacrifice everything for the future of Earth. The explosives detonate with a deafening roar, and the entire ship trembles as the AI's central core is obliterated. In the final moments of the battle, General Blake, Major Stark, Admiral Carter, and Lyra all stand together on Earth, watching as the alien fleet falls from the sky. The Zarkon Empire, once invincible, is now crumbling. The humans have won. But the cost of victory has been steep. Many have fallen in the fight. Bonner, one of the last of the original crew, has given his life for this victory. Stark, Carter, and Lyra are battered, scarred, and exhausted, but they stand victorious. Earth has been saved, but at what cost? The final battle is over, but the war is far from finished. The humans have reclaimed their planet, but the galaxy remains a dangerous and uncertain place. The alien threat has been defeated, but there are others out there, watching and waiting. Humanity has proven its resilience, but the future is still uncertain. The final showdown may have ended, but the story of humanity's survival is just beginning. The war, long and grueling, has finally come to an end. The alien invaders, once poised to wipe humanity from existence, have been driven off Earth. The sky above, once darkened by the looming threat of alien dreadnoughts, is now clear. Earth, battered and scarred, stands victorious, but the cost of the war is undeniable. The victory is bittersweet, and as the dust settles, the full weight of the loss begins to sink in. General Ethan Blake stands on the command deck of the flagship, watching as the first steps toward rebuilding Earth begin. The destruction caused by the war is visible in every corner of the planet, but so too is the resilience of humanity. Cities that once lay in ruins are beginning to stir with life again. Soldiers and civilians alike work together to restore what was lost. Yet, despite the hope that fills the air, a shadow of sorrow hangs over the celebrations. The victory may have been achieved, but it came at a heavy price. Blake looks down at the planet below. His thoughts are heavy with memories of the fallen, especially those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Bonner, one of his closest soldiers, is among the many who will never return. The grief is still fresh, even as the victory rings out across the world. Blake had known Bonner for years, fought alongside him in countless battles, and shared moments of laughter and camaraderie. But now, those memories are all that remain. It's a hard truth that Blake has had to come to terms with: war always takes its toll, no matter the outcome. Beside him stands Admiral Naomi Carter, her face tired but resolute. She too carries the weight of the fallen, but she knows that their sacrifice has not been in vain. Carter's leadership during the war was pivotal. She led the charge against the alien forces, infiltrated their mothership, and disabled the AI that controlled their fleet. It was her tactical brilliance that helped to turn the tide in humanity's favor. Yet, even she cannot escape the cost. The people she led, the soldiers who followed her into battle, will always be with her in spirit, but they are gone from the world of the living. "It's over," Carter says softly, her voice carrying both relief and sorrow. "But it feels like there's so much left to do." Blake nods, understanding exactly what she means. Though the war is over, the rebuilding has just begun. Earth may have won, but the alien threat has left scars that will take years, if not decades, to heal. Cities will need to be rebuilt, families reunited, and the survivors of the war will need to find a way to rebuild their lives after the horrors they've witnessed. Despite this, there is hope in the air. The human fleet, now a symbol of unity, floats above Earth, its ships lit by the warm glow of a rising sun. The people of Earth, soldiers and civilians alike, celebrate their hard-earned victory. Families embrace, friends find each other after years of separation, and the planet cities begin to come back to life. The celebrations are loud and joyful, but there is also an undercurrent of quiet reflection. People know that the victory was not easy, and it came with a heavy price. As Blake and Carter stand together, they can hear the cheers of their people below, but their minds are elsewhere. There is still much work to be done. The alien invasion may have been repelled, but the scars of war are deep, and the world will need time to heal. Yet, Blake finds comfort in the fact that humanity has proven its strength. Against all odds, they fought back and survived. And, for the first time in a long while, he dares to believe that humanity will thrive once again. "I don't think we'll ever truly forget the cost," Blake says, his voice firm but filled with emotion. "But we have to move forward. We owe it to those we lost." Carter nods, her eyes distant as she looks out over the planet. "We will," she says. "But we'll also make sure we never forget them." The human fleet, though damaged and worn from the long war, remains a powerful symbol of humanity's strength and resilience. Each ship, though battered, stands as a testament to the men and women who fought to protect Earth. Their victory over the alien empire will be remembered for generations to come. Blake and Carter both know that, despite the peace that has settled over the world, the galaxy is vast. There will always be threats, always challenges to face. But for now, humanity has earned this moment of peace. The celebrations on Earth continue, but Blake's mind is not entirely at ease. He stands with Carter on the deck of the flagship, watching as the last remnants of the alien fleet drift into deep space, defeated and broken. The war is over, but the future remains uncertain. Blake knows this peace is temporary. The galaxy is far from empty, and the war against the alien empire may have been just the beginning. It's then that the message comes. A distress signal, weak but clear, cutting through the silence. The transmission is faint, coming from deep in the outer reaches of the galaxy. Blake's heart skips a beat as he listens to the signal. The words are few, but the meaning is clear. "This victory may have been ours," the voice says, "but the galaxy is vast, and the true enemy has yet to be revealed." The words send a chill down Blake's spine. Carter's face hardens as she hears the message. She turns to him, her expression serious. "We knew it wouldn't be over, didn't we?" Blake sighs, the weight of the new reality settling on his shoulders. "I guess we did. But we fought for this peace. We'll fight for whatever comes next." As Blake and Carter exchange a look, they know that this is not the end. The war against the alien empire may be over, but the galaxy holds many more dangers. The true enemy, whatever it may be, has yet to reveal itself. And so, with this victory in their grasp, they turn their gaze to the stars, knowing that humanity's journey is far from finished. The humans have survived, and now, they are ready for whatever comes next. The battle for Earth may have been won, but the fight for the future of the galaxy is just beginning. The story of humanity's resilience, strength, and spirit will continue, and whatever the future holds, the humans will face it head-on, together. The final chapter of this war may be written, but the story of humanity's survival and adventure is far from over.